If you guys are looking for a cheap and reliable way to gain your FIFA Ultimate Team coins over the Future Stars promo, then please look no further than FIFAcoin.com. Lots of great discounts. You can get up to 10% off. Also, an extra 5% when you use my code Martin, but you must click that link in the description. Hi guys, Martin88 here, and welcome back to another FIFA 23 video. And welcome back to another tactics video here on the channel. And today we are looking at the 4-3-3-5 variation, which is otherwise known as the false 9. Okay, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. Very intriguing formation indeed, and actually quite a clever one. So let's go through it. So defensive style, got this on balance. For me, this is actually quite an attacking formation, and I think a lot of the time, not so much this year, but in previous seasons, this is how people would consider Manchester City to play at times, without a striker, if you like. But it's not defensive. You've got a lot of players forward and a lot of fluidity, and I quite like that. I mainly play 4-3-1-2, but the way I have it set up, it does that as well. So yeah, I'm all for this formation. So defensive style and balance. We don't need to overdo it in terms of the pressure. If you can pressure manually, that would be terrific, okay? But we don't really need a helping hand. If you're fairly new to the game and you like this formation and you'd like to press a little bit more, you can go on pressure on heavy touch, but just try and do it yourself, and you'll do that by quick switching and anticipating what your opponent's going to do. But don't pull people out of position, don't dive in, okay? Defensive depth, 55. I'm trying to be a little bit more aggressive with this one. So just push the team a little bit further up the pitch. Build-up play balanced. I always say this, and particularly with any 4-3-3 variation, you have a lot of variety, yeah? If you're playing 4-1-2-1-2, or 4-3-1-2, it's quite obvious that most of the time you're going to be looking to go through the middle. But with 4-3-3, it gives you a lot of, particularly the false 9 variation that we're looking at today, it gives you a hell of a lot of different options. And so you want to have it on balance to take advantage of those options. And like I always say, having that variety will keep your opponent guessing, make them make mistakes, flustered, and that will only be a good thing for you. Direct passing, of course, because that's what makes our players make the best runs and gives us more options. An offensive width, 45, okay? Because we've got out-and-out wingers here, I like to just bring them in a tad, especially where we just have the one forward, centre forward, whatever you want to say. Just bring them in slightly. They're still offering you really good width, but just bring them in slightly so they're not isolated from the game, okay? Players into the box 6, corners and free kicks are on 2. Guys, before we get into the player instructions, just wanted to let you guys know about my online coaching that I offer. Having a lot of success with a lot of people at the moment. If you feel like you would like to improve at the game, whether that be rivals, whether that be foot champs or squad battles, please feel free to get in touch with me, martinfifa88@gmail.com. That will also be in the pinned comment, guys. So if you're interested, give me an email and we'll have a chat. Right. Player instructions. This is always what makes the formation more for me than the actual tactics. They're always pretty standard, but it's the player instructions and understanding what those instructions are going to mean, okay? And then playing to those instructions, okay? There's no point having somebody on stay back while attacking and you're looking for them to make a run. You see what I mean? You need to understand your instructions. So, of course, 2 centre-backs stay back while attacking, obviously. I always have the fullbacks on stay back while attacking. I hesitate to say this, but I suppose it's personal preference. For me, 4-3-3 always offers width because of your 2 wingers, okay? And any formation that offers that, I'm always inclined to have stay back while attacking on my fullbacks because the formation is already offering me width. If it was like 4-1-2-1-2 or 4-3-1-2, 4-3-2-1, I could understand you wanting to put the fullbacks on, join the attack, overlap, whatever it may be. But I think for this formation, it needs to be on stay back while attacking. But, as I always say, and this is a biggie, still get them forward, but use them manually, okay? Just take the ball as far as you can so you start getting closed down. That would just push your team further up the pitch. can you trigger a run so that they can get forward in the right circumstance? You'll just get intelligent with how to use them. But their main jobs, they're a defender, okay? So they're there to stop goals, okay? So don't worry too much about the attack. That's secondary to their job as a defender. Right, this guy is very important, okay? Because he's holding the fort while the other 5 attack, okay? So stay back while attacking. Protect that back 4. Be that man in the middle of the pitch. Cut passing lanes, which you only get with CDMs, and cover centre. So this is a Vieira role, Makaleli, Kante, whatever you will. You're slapping someone right in front of that back 4 to be an absolute nuisance. Go along the lines of like Pogba would now fit that role. I'm a little bit wasted because he's got everything, but he could definitely still play that role easily for you. Okay, up to the centre mids who are going to be attacking centre mids, okay? Because we've got the back 4 and we've got the CDM. These guys are going to attack, okay? And this is where I like the way that this works because it's not a rigid formation, it's fluid, okay? And therefore, Zola isn't the, it isn't the focal point of the attack. These guys, Mahrez and Odegaard, will get well involved. Your opponent won't really know who to pick up, what's going on. So, get forward, okay? You can see, and if this was a Sky Sports screen, I'd be able to draw a line, but straight ahead, in between Zola and Walcott is a nice gap. That's where Mahrez is going to penetrate. On the other side, the gap between Kent and Zola, that's where Odegaard is going to penetrate with the direct passing and the get forward, okay? They're going to make nice runs and it's giving your opponent a lot of problems, okay? So get forward, cover centre. We want them to stay in the middle part of the pitch to create the problems, okay? And I have got them on stay on the edge of the box for crosses. We've got direct passing turned on, so they're going to make forward runs, okay? But when we get right up to the edge of the box, I don't want everybody piling in there. So Odegaard and Mahrez are just going to hang back onto the edge. Again, it gives you a bit more variety, more options. Your opponent's not going to be sure what is going to happen. Odegaard has got a decent bit of defending about him as well. Mahrez is a lot more attacking, but he can protect the ball really well for you in tight spaces. So I feel like that's a nice mixture, okay? Right, on to the wings. We've got Ryan Kent and Walcott. Obviously, we want pace out there. Come back on defence so that when we lose the ball, they get their backsides back and help us out, right? Because Seedorf's going to be sat there with the back 4. And Odegaard and Mahrez might have been involved in attack. So you might have one of them back, one of them forward. But getting the wingers back as well, you're going to have 10 men behind the ball when defending, which is going to make you nice and solid. But then when we attack, we've got them on get into the box for crosses. We've got direct passing turned on. Get in behind. So as soon as we've won the ball, woof, they're going to go. That's why we want quick players. And you might be able to use those lofted through balls, maybe through balls along the ground to penetrate the back line. Or they're at least going to worry your opponent, in which case you can play a bit more in the middle, okay? So really vital players. If they start to run out of steam towards the end, you've got 5 subs, change them. Make sure that they're pace merchants that are coming on. Then the guy in the false 9 position is Gianfranco Zola for us. You can see they're all very intricate, small, like nippy type of players. And that's generally what you'd find with like a false 9 formation or 4-3-3-5 in this case. We do have him on stay forward. So we do need to have somebody in a more traditional attacking role, if you like. We don't want a leather man behind the ball. And we've just left him on default. So someone a little bit further up the pitch who's just going to be there for when we attack. So yeah, really quite an interesting formation that. I think some of you will love it. Some of you won't be able to get the hang of it. But yeah, get into the comments and let me know, guys, if you're using it, if you've started to use it, all of that good stuff, just let me know. Also, let me know if there's any formations that you want me to have a look at and go through. But guys, that is going to be it for today. So please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.